Hello and welcome back to Direct Strike, where today we're going to be playing around with some more of the weekly Brawl because it's absolutely broken, and I want to show you guys the most disgusting strategy we have seen thus far. I'm not aware of any way to actually beat this thing, like we can kind of stall it out. But the strategy is mass swarm host with multiple cooldowns. So you see, you pick up one cooldown speed, and then you pick up another cooldown speed, and then you pick up another cooldown speed, and then you just kind of build swarm hosts, and your opponent suffers. Like, we're gonna see how our Tychus opponent handles this. It's gonna be an experience for him. Tychus normally doesn't handle swarm hosts particularly well, but when we pick up plus 75% cooldown reduction, it means that our swarm hosts will spawn more locusts before the previous locust spawn's life will expire. So they actually have to destroy and just like straight up incinerate all of our locusts, every single one of them, before progressing at all. And that's a very difficult task to do. A very difficult task to do. Like, there is no simple way to do this. Vorazune Stalkers can kind of sort of outlive it by virtue of just being the infinite stalker, but everyone else just mostly suffers. There's not really a whole lot of commanders that can purge through it, let alone incinerate it fast enough to get the damage done. Was that just 3 Tychus out of them? Because this is going to be fun if that's 3 Tychus. Like, this is going to be a lot of fun if that's 3 Tychus. Now, obviously, these are still swarm hosts. It's going to take some time to get up to actually some form of critical mass that does real damage, but we can stack because we can burrow. Oh yeah, that's not gonna make it. Getting revealed by oil spill. Now I noticed that my opponent there had +4 armor, and Locusts not known for their damage output. Remember, my secondary effect is +8 attack speed, which is about really the ideal scenario. It still means that we're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. We may end up having to use non-locust units in this, which I know is blasphemy, but we'll see how that turns out. Usually it's a better strategy to rely on teammates to get damage done. Like, I just have the infinite swarm host, and then I'll have my team handle everything else. I see my opponent has gotten a Nux, which usually quite good versus swarm house. The problem with Nux is they only have 1 storm, and we have more than 1 locust, which is a very real problem. Of course, he is using that as the detector more so than anything else. Okay, so he has +4. I only see +4 armor on there, which probably means he's got +50% cooldown, and then +2 armor on it. Not swarm host. So that's usually a strategy you go for if you're not playing the Brawl. If you're just 3v3 regulars, then you don't want to go swarm host because the Tychus can do things. But the problem with the normal strategies is they kind of get turned upside down. Mostly because there's just such a massive difference in stats. Let's see if we can't get stacking here. If we can stack on the cannon, that would be the ideal scenario. That would absolutely be the ideal scenario. Come on. We're not going to stack on the cannon, but it'll be close, which is not close enough. Go ahead and cast. There you go. And before those are even expired, we have another bunch here. And now we're actually going to stack with our teammates. And this will be a push that's going to be very difficult for them to stop. We're going to have infinite hosts, infinite locusts coming up here. Our first wave of locusts ate most of those abilities, and our teammate coming with the Marauder Commandos bursting down the rest of the Tychus. That's going to be pretty much the story of this match for the remainder of this match, because we're hitting that point where we have enough to start stacking, or at least start meaningfully stacking. We don't even have attack upgrades yet, or biomass on any of these guys. This is going to be, I think this is going to be particularly one-sided. Yeah, it looks like they're already giving up and moving to the back line. I'm just going to accept the free minerals and invest a little bit into our economy. The main base, it's got enough DPS to really clear out a lot of our locusts, but as long as we don't let them stack and push, which shouldn't be hard to do considering we have 2 waves of Swarm House out right now. We're just gonna stop them from pushing out ever again. Welcome to Direct Strike, where the weekly brawl changes everything, and Swarm Hosts are the most powerful thing ever. All of these Tychus units just stuck here. They can't push forward. We get the eco advantage for this. Now, of course, we're not exactly pushing out of their base, but hey, look! We have a Nova here. And in this stack, we're gonna get pushed out here. The base cleared up a bit too many of our Locusts, but this is gonna be super efficient for us, because all they have to do is... there's not really much they can do. But look, they're still cleaning up my Locusts! They stacked 2 waves versus the Locust wave, and they got pushed back, or at least stunned until the next spawn arrives here. This is just disgusting. I don't want to release this because then people will do this and then it will force everyone to figure out how to deal with it, and I don't know that there is a way to deal with it. I went and picked up 2 missile attacks so that we can actually get some more damage done here. I'll give the biomass to this guy on the corner, because he's more likely to survive than the others. So with +2 attack, that just gives us just +2 damage here. It'll help out versus some of the armor points that these units have. These poor Blaze. The Blaze are about some of the better units Tychus can build versus these Swarm Hosts, and they're just getting gunned down. Yep, that's how that goes. This Nux, not a lot of kills with that Storm, not gonna solve the problem. Really not gonna solve the problem. Oh gosh, look at this. Oh, this is disgusting. And we still have Marauder Commandos back here DPSing things down. This is and that guy said Swarm Hosts are not the call. He would be right in the normal 3v3, but we're not playing normal 3v3. We're playing triple threats, Aura's weekly brawl, and I'm loving every moment of this. We are on the base now. The Locusts are pushing forward ever so slightly, just toward the base. I don't think they're going to get any real damage here. The Locusts need to have way more numbers than we currently do in order to get damage done on the base. The base is very good at clearing up Locusts, but are the Locusts good at clearing up everything else? Oh jeez, that's not even my direct opponent, that particular Tychus, and he has to build Blazes just to not die to the Locusts. But Blazes, of course, take double damage from Marauder Commandos. So is it double damage? It's double damage from the Marauder Commandos. So that's just not a place he wants to be in right now. He has to build the Blazes so that he doesn't die entirely to the Locusts, which means he's guaranteed to die to his direct opponent, my teammate, the Nova, who's just able to hard counter him with... These things are too strong. These things are way too strong. You can... They come off cooldown so fast. They come off cooldown so fast. And now we're on the base again. We got Locusts hitting the base, which really doesn't mean much, to be honest. Look, the Locusts don't deal that much damage. They just have an infinite amount of them coming at you, which is... It's chip damage, but still. He's gone up to 4 Blazes. At least this Tychus is having a good time. Does he have the AoE splash damage on Kev yet? No. AoE splash damage on Kev can really clear out a bunch of these Locusts. But... you gotta clear them out faster than the Swarm Host can spawn them, and I just keep dumping down Swarm Host, which is not helping them at all. You know what would help? It wouldn't. I'm gonna get it anyways, just in case. But against Tychus, the armor upgrades really don't help much, like, at all. Typically, against most other commanders, getting armor upgrades here will help the Locusts, because the Locusts do have 65 HP, which is not insignificant. Like, that is a fairly significant HP pool that they have to dig through, especially considering there's so many of them. And adding +2 armor onto each one of those can really make the difference here. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back from this. The Locusts just face tanked everything, and my teammates have come in with the damage, and this is over. Welcome back to the weekly brawl. All right, so we've got these 3 auras to play with, and this is going to be a good one. I did want to. The last match was a little fast, so I want to try to get some more footage of this for you guys. Looks like we don't have cooldown speed as an option, but life is hilariously good here. And then we can pick up a cooldown speed, and then we can pick up another cooldown speed. So this time our swarm hosts won't spawn things quite as quickly, but the things that they do spawn have basically plus 50% HP, which is kind of disgusting. Really, I'm not sure what the ideal is, if plus 50% cooldown reduction or plus 75% cooldown reduction is better, but we'll see. Because of the plus 50% like we have here, we can get a huge boost to, say, life. We could also exchange the life for, say, HP regeneration. I'm not sure which is the stronger option, but I do want to show you guys some of the variety we can get here. Good. We open a blaze, which is going to be fun for my teammates to deal with. Going to be fun for me to deal with once things get rolling here. Let us see. Oh, I'm versus another Abathur. So that means that we're basically just going to have a swarm host duel. There is a fun little build. It looks like my opponent's probably going for it, because he has plus 4 armor, where you just get mega thick roaches. You can get up to plus 6 armor on your roaches just via this aura bonus. And as you guys know, Abathur roaches are kind of tanky. By that I mean they get plus 6 armor when under 50% life. You can give them plus 3 armor just from your upgrades, and then biomass gives them extra armor on top. It gives them, what is it? Gain to destroy. I forget how much it is. It's a lot of armor. You can get them up to like 20 armor without too much of a problem. It's really difficult for everyone to deal with. So we may see, oh, my opponent just straight left the game. Oh dear. That's sad. That's very sad. I was looking forward to seeing those high armored roaches slamming into these locusts, but to be fair, I don't really blame them. The locusts are a little bit strong. Let's see. Ooh, siege tanks already. Yeah, these things still spawn way before the life expiring on the previous wave. It just means that this is just, look, they're up to 95 HP as opposed to their earlier 65 HP brethren, which is just makes them that much more difficult to push through. But we're going to be facing off against a Blaze with a Tychus, or should I say a Tychus with a Blaze, and then a Rainer who has Fire Bats sitting in front of Siege Tanks. So both of these things traditionally very good versus Locusts. Unfortunately, neither of things are very good versus the Infinite Locust, which is a little bit of a different problem for them to face, because one of these things is infinite and the other is not. As much as a single Siege Tank can rain down infinite shells, it's really not the same when you have a whole board filled of Locust spawners. Like, it's really not at the same magnitude of power at all. We're going to have this one Tychus who has gone with, I think, he's got move speed bonuses and range. Okay, so he's got at least one move speed bonus in range. I don't know what else he has chosen. Oh, wow, he's just got some bonus attack speed on there. I think our Rainer opponent here has just chosen bonus attack speed. It looks like he's gone like full attack speed, which is pretty good, especially for the siege tanks. I will give him that, but it's not Locust destroy. Like, we're pushing this far, and we still haven't really gone overboard with the swarm host just yet. So that does not bode well for them. Does not bode well for them at all. Let's see here. I do want to figure out what the Tychus has actually got. That would be nice. That would be really very nice. Because then I could at least figure it out. I could scan their base and look at their worker to see what bonuses he has selected. That's a lot of siege tank. That's a lot of siege tank over there. But our Locusts are getting on top of them. And it is chip damage, but it is damage nonetheless. Ooh, is it going to be difficult? The raids should go air with those tanks. That's a good idea, and I think they are already on top of it. There we go. Force the opponents to really choose their technologies carefully. Yeah, we're gonna pick this up here real easy. It looks like, with the beam to finish it off. Locust actually getting aggressive there and dealing damage, which is not the usual case. Like, don't get me wrong, they do hit decently hard, but they're not there to deal damage. The Locusts are there to be in the way and prevent the opponents from doing anything. And now we're gonna be in the same scenario already as we were last time, where the Locusts are gonna push forward until the enemy planetary fortress pushes them back, because the opponents don't seem to they're not fielding anything which can really clear them out, especially with this plus with this huge bonus to HP that we had over last time. Let me get another line going here. Ooh, you can get biomass going. That's gonna be great. I think that's gonna be a good idea. Nice. Alright, so these siege tanks are an issue. Typically when you're in a 2v3, going siege is super strong because that just basically means you have more siege tanks spawning. Because you have siege tanks spawning every other wave, so you can stack with yourself super easily. It just means if one of my teammates leaves, then we're going to have plus 50% the amount of locusts on the field, which they already can't handle the amount of locusts we have at this point. Let me get the air so that the attack air upgrade, that way they don't leak these Vikings. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue, I don't think. We're already beating down their front door. This is just going to make us stack harder, as they'll clear out these locusts, or these swarm hosts will despawn. But then in the time it takes them to get through these, my teammate's already going to be there. Welcome to stacking shenanigans. This is how it ends. Oh ho ho! The locust actually taking out the rattlesnake. I mean, to be fair, the rattlesnake's really not very good at dealing with non-armored units. So far, so working. They always do. It's disgusting. It's frankly, this should not be allowed in the game. Like, I understand the weekly brawl isn't exactly meant to be fair and balanced, but this is definitely fair and balanced. And if you guys want to see more fair and balanced shenanigans, make sure to hit that like button, comment below, and get that video interaction up. But for now, have a good one, everyone, and I'll see you guys later.